Good morning, good evening, everyone. Today we have our student, Dr. Gowry Reddy, and her performance was very special in this season because she got 30 plus interviews in internal medicine. So we wanted to sit down with her and understand what was working for her in this season. So, welcome, Gowry. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Hi, Pavan. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. I can finally actually give back to all the Sarthi students and to everyone out there who's, going to be a prospective residency applicant or who's in this journey. So I'll be ready to share anything that's, required of me, and I'll do my
Thank
best.
you. Thank you, Gauri. So let's start as we always do with some understanding of your profile, year of graduation, and such things. So tell us about your journey in brief.
So I'm a US citizen, but I actually went to India to pursue my MBBS, my medical school there.
Mm-hmm.
And I graduated in November 2019. So
Okay.
I was a pretty recent graduate for this season. And yeah, so like that's just like a little brief about me right there. Also, yeah, so like anything else you would like to
Did
ask me about?
you did you do electives as part of your MBBS?
So I did do electives. I actually started doing some rotations, especially like with Sarthi only. Before I actually joined Sarthi officially, I actually engaged in your electives. I came back from, during internship. I took a gap basically, so I during that time I basically prepared for my step one examination, and I was doing the electives with the Sarthi program.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure that I always try to keep myself on track of things. So once I finished my after my 6 months of my internship, I gave my step one. And during that time, I also did all these electives, and then I went back to India and I finished my house surgeons year, the internship, and then
Okay.
I came back to finish my steps and then resume my electives as well.
So
Which,
yeah, so obviously electives help a lot, right? And
yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
need visa, always a good thing, and a recent graduate. So a combination of all this, and we'll talk about what you think clicked for you. But let me also start by asking, what prompted you towards internal medicine? Why internal medicine? Why were you so focused?
So this actually internal medicine, I would say from my second year medical school in India, medicine has always been like a big thing there because we used to see a lot of patients, and I was always mesmerized by what internal medicine like provides. And we had amazing professors, so I learned a lot. And there was this one specific case that actually triggered me to go into this field. I actually started developing this molding this interest more during my internship, I would say, because we had like 2 months of internal medicine rotations.
Hmm.
So during that time I learned a lot, and then I realized like only mainly the trigger point was definitely during my medical school, but at the end of my internship, I finally got a little bit of a clearer idea of where I want to apply to, which field that I want to apply to towards the end of my medical school, end of MBBS. So that's when I started making this whole roadmap to my residency. So that's how it started.
Good, good. Thank you. And now let's talk about when you say started making this roadmap for residency. You picked internal medicine, you did some electives. What else did you do to improve your chances in internal medicine? So, how did you
So,
get those experiences?
so those mainly, I would definitely say it's the rotations. So I would tell all the people out there, whichever specialty you're applying to, it's really important to do a specialty like focused rotations, I feel, because the profile for residency, I feel like this year especially they were looking at candidates who want to go, who are really passionate. They always do, but like this year specifically, I feel like they want people who can really be passionate about that specific specialty.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a lot of internal medicine rotations. I
Okay.
did do a few other rotations in other specialties as well to show that I'm actually a well-rounded candidate, and I do have a little bit of interest in like a little bit of like well, skills in other specialties as well. but mainly because I was focused on internal medicine, made sure that my CV was more geared towards that. So I guess that really helped in this whole thing. So I did a lot of electives, and especially I think I must have had maybe around 8 to 9 months of USC clinical experience by the time I applied.
Wow.
I know that telemedicine is really like the new trend. And with Sarthi, I was able to have that wonderful opportunity. I did a lot of telemedicine rotations as well. So I learned a lot about telemedicine too. So this was something that I feel like, I guess, captured the programs as well, because they want candidates who are actually going out of their barriers and trying to see different parts of medicine apart from just like on-site rotations. So even from a virtual platform, I learned a lot. So I
Wow.
think these are some of the things that they asked me in my interviews. So yeah, so I was able to explain all of this too. So
So USCE, a combination 8 to 9 months total, including telemedicine, obviously helped. Uh, did you do any research, anything on that?
yes, so research was I didn't really focus in on a specific type of research, because at this point I wasn't really sure about whether I should go into fellowships. I remember like when I was watching your videos, you would like fellowships, for fellowships, for example, it'd be good to have, like, if you're really geared towards going into a certain like for example like cardiology or something, a lot of research in cardiology would look good. But for me at this point, I was just focused in on just trying to match into internal medicine. I didn't really at this point I don't have like an idea for fellowship at this point, until I get into until I go into residency. So when it came to research, I did it in different types of with different types of topics. I actually started doing research from when I was in India only,
Wow.
as a
Okay.
medical student. So my school was also helped me in this sense, because there are a lot of graduates from my college who are now doing either residency or practicing in the States or around the world. So we had more of research oriented activities. So I actually engaged myself in doing, research projects, and going to presentations, conferences from the start of my medical school only. I feel like that really helped me too.
Mhm.
Uh, as well as the fact that I know that Sarthi has I was
Research.
able to, the research, so that helped me as well. I was able to talk about my abstract during my interviews, and they were quite impressed about it. And so I always kept myself going, basically. So that, I guess, yeah, research is definitely important. For candidates, I would say, like, if you're really, if you want to go into a specific fellowship, it's mentioned in your videos as well. It's better to do, more specialty focused research from the beginning. Try to get as much research as you can, because that definitely does help. Anything that boosts the CV, I think that really clicked for me this season. I think that was the best thing that clicked.
So,
Okay.
from what you're telling, I think the inference is your planning was solid right through the
Yeah.
medical school. That plan really came together, whether it was USCE research, applying to the programs, all that came together to get to this figure of 30 plus interviews. So, the planning seems to be the underlying core of, and so that's good. uh, Before we proceed, tell us how USMLE Sarthi, we helped you in your PSCV interview prep. How did you find that useful, and how did you use that for your interviews?
So, like I said, Sarthi has been like, the guidance, the light towards, the end of my journey with getting into residency. So from the beginning, I always engaged in Sarthi. When I found out about Sarthi, I was watching like this. I was watching videos from your students, just like this, how I was like right now, how I'm giving. So I can't believe I'm doing this right now, and I'm glad I'm doing it. So the feedback from the students made me go into Sarthi like from the beginning only. So that's how I engaged in electives. First of all, you guys provided so many electives, and that really helped me. I feel that's how it boosted my CV, my confidence also when it came to interviews. Another thing I would like to say that clicked was my I feel like my personal statement. I feel like candidates should like not underestimate the personal statement, because I feel like, apart from scores, a doctor is more than the numbers. That's how I
Mhm.
always kept my mind. So when it came to personal statement, I feel like Sarthi really helped me because I have a passion for creative writing from the beginning,
As
but like to solidify, to make sure, how like a proper personal statement should be for residency that's geared towards that specific specialty. I feel like Sarthi helped because of your videos, first of all, like what we should include, like, how to make sure it captures the program's eye. That's really important. I felt so I learned a lot from that, as well as the editing services, they were very good, like they gave good feedback, and they were very prompt with the feedback. So I made sure with the feedback I was able to include all the details that was necessary, and especially the mentorship. My mentor, he would always be in contact with me and make sure that even he would read through the personal statement or
Mhm.
my CV and make sure that it's strong enough before I actually started to apply in October this year. So that really helped me a lot. So definitely everything, like, from all the things that your program had provided, I feel like that definitely helped me when it came to that. Now coming to the interviews, yes, like I was, the confidence I got was because Sarthi, like I attended all the videos that you and the meetings that we used to have. Like we used to have like meetings regarding like a certain topics, like certain case scenarios that might be presented during the interview, some questions they might be asked, typical questions, like atypical questions, um, any anything that I would be facing during the interview. So that really helped me. That made me feel more stronger, more confident when it came to by the time it came to my interviews. So confidence is key. And I feel like through Sarthi, that helped me a lot. So it's really important to be confident, like in anything, either USMLEs, interviews, writing a personal statement, applying to this process, like in everything, confidence is important. And it's always important to be optimistic as well. So it's very tough. It's a very tough journey, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Yep. So thank you very much. This was very helpful. Now, for students who may be applying in coming seasons, maybe this next season or subsequent, what would be your tips or guidance? I know you are big on planning. What
Yeah.
else? What else would you recommend to the students? Planning, confidence, anything else? I mean, how would you guide them?
So I would say like mainly I would say it's definitely the planning, the time management. It's important. Confidence, being optimistic, and I guess I would say I guess like for me, what clicked the most was definitely the fact that you showcase yourself as a person during your interviews. So really work hard on the interviews. I feel because especially this season, I have like it's a very this season was a it's very unprecedented. We don't know how programs are approached, like making decisions and such things like that, especially this year during the pandemic. So I feel like try to showcase yourself as a person. It's important to be calm, and it's important to be like just be yourself during the interviews. The programs just want to get to know who you are. And also hobbies,
I see.
passion, yeah, hobbies are and interests, they will definitely ask you things about this. And it's important, especially you never know, because for me some of my hobbies actually clicked with some of the people that I was interviewing with, so we would just talk about more about that. So there would always be something, you never know, that might click between you and the interviewer, or a resident that might be interviewing you during that time. So this has happened to me, and I feel like this might have clicked during the interview I had with the program that I accepted. So I feel like hobbies, try to start developing your hobbies from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
um, Try to have one specific thing that you can talk about, something that's unique that would make you stand out apart from other, from the other rest of the applicants. So that's really important. So crafting your CV from the beginning, planning it out, being confident, preparing well for examinations. These are really like the main things that you should focus on. So yeah, that's what I did. So
Uh, Yeah, no, this was, it worked out great for you. Very impressive performance. We are all very proud of you.
you,
It's not easy. Whatever it is, it's not easy to get 30 interviews.
yeah, I was amazed myself.
It is an impressive feat. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. And thank you for taking time out to talk with
No
us.
problem. Thank you so much. For everyone, I wish them all the best. Regardless of the outcome, I just want to say that it's a tough journey, and for some of you it might be, positive. For some of you it might be just like, just a little setback, but that shouldn't stop you. Still keep going. Keep working and, improving yourself, and everyone will definitely end up where they want to be at the end of the day. So the feeling is great at the end, and I'm really glad that Sarthi was able to help me during this journey. And I would definitely recommend Sarthi as well to anyone. So it's very good. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much. Thank you. So good
Yeah,
luck and thank you once again.
thank you.